All right, this is 7A, standard form and classifying polynomials. Make sure to check the announcements so that you know when your test is and your due dates and all that. So a polynomial is a set of terms that are being added or subtracted. Okay, so this is an example of a polynomial. You see stuff adding and subtracting. Or it could also be a single term, such as x squared. We call a polynomial standard form when the exponents for each term go from least to greatest, oh, silly goose, greatest to least with no repeats. Okay, so this one, the 3 and the 2 together makes 5. X to the first, y to the third is a 4. This one is degree 0. Okay, so this is in standard form because it goes from biggest to smallest. The degree of the polynomial is the highest exponent or sum of exponents. So if this was a single term here that only had x's, right, it would be degree 3. But because there's 2 variables in it, it's degree 5 here. All right, let's get some other definitions. So these are called terms. You know they're terms because they're separated by pluses and minus signs. Okay? The -5, the 2, the -8, those are called coefficients. This is called the leading term because it's in front. The 5 is the leading coefficient. Okay, so those are kind of the parts of the polynomial. All right, now we have 2 names that we do with polynomials, okay? First, we have classifying by degree. So you look at the exponent and you figure out what it would be, okay? It's, again, the biggest exponent. Here's how you name it when you classify by number of terms, okay? We're pretty creative with the first 3, monomial, binomial, trinomial. Everything else, you just call it a polynomial and say how many terms. Let's try it. So first, okay, we're gonna put it in standard form and then name it. So in standard form, I'm looking for the highest exponent. So this one has an exponent of 1. So it's gonna go first. All right, so when I go to name it by degree, this is degree 1, okay? So degree 1 is called linear. That's when you use the table up above. And when I name it by the number of terms, there's 1, 2. Actually, I'm going to change some colors on here just so you understand where the numbers are coming from for those of you guys who don't listen to what Ms. Caswell says. So degree 1 is what made it linear. This has 1, 2 terms, which makes it a binomial. So I would call that a linear binomial. Okay, so this one, okay, has an exponent of 4, then 2, then 1. So this one's already in standard form. Now, when I'm going to figure out the name by degree, I'm only looking at that first one, okay, that leading degree. So degree 4 makes this quartic. And I have 1, 2, 3 terms, which makes this a trinomial. All right, x squared is just a single term. It's already in standard form. Okay, so when something is squared, we call it quadratic. Remember, these are 2 different words. They're not the same thing. Then there's only a single term, which makes it a monomial. All right, now looking at this one. All right, it has 10n to the 7th is the biggest exponent, so it's going to go first. Then I have a 7n to the 5th, 10n to the 4th, minus 3n. So notice I put it from highest power to lowest power. So this is degree 7. our little table doesn't have up to degree 7. So all that you do is you say degree 7. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you say it's a degree 7 polynomial with 4 terms. Okay, no real fancy names on that. Here's one with 2 letters, okay? So when I add these together, right, f to the 4th, g to the 1st, that one has 5 degrees. This one's f to the 1st, g to the 2nd. So this is already in standard form because it has the 5th degree listed first. All right. Now that 5 comes from the 4 and the 1 here. Oops, wrong color. That 5 comes from the 4 and the 1 here. So 5th degree is called quintic. And there's 2 terms here. 2-term polynomial is called a binomial. So I'd call that a quintic binomial. When they have 2 letters, 2 variables, these can be kind of annoying. Now looking at this one, do you guys see how there's 2 x squared terms? So you have to combine your like terms. So x minus 2x squared is negative x squared. So if you don't combine like terms, I'm going to put that right here, you're going to get the wrong answer because you're going to have too many terms. All right, so this is degree 3, which makes it cubic. And there's 2 terms on it, so that's a binomial. All right, one last shot. This bell's going to ring here in a second and be all loud. So 85, okay, that's degree 0, so there's no exponent here on any variable, okay? So when it's degree 0, we call that a constant. And there's only 1 term there, so that's a constant monomial. There we have it. That's our naming convention.